Hello.
Hello.
Hello. What are we doing?
The official drum roll.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
For what?
VideoCast number, it's either 7.0 or 6.1, and we haven't decided
No.
yet. We're still working on deciding.
Well, say, what are videocasts? What is life?
Yeah, what is life?
42. I think this can be 7.0.
All right.
We'll make it season 3.
7.0.
Season 3, 7.0.
No, that was 6.
Huh?
You only stuck out one.
No, I was being proper about
I'll give you a proper.
it. 7.0.
There. Proper. Proper is like that.
No. 2?
No. That's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
No.
Doesn't that make sense? I mean, why do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Well, like, why does the 5th come?
Because it's your thumb button.
Yeah.
And thumbs are different.
Watch out, or I'll cut off your thumb with my knife.
Do you need a slurp?
No, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I had that.
Product placement.
I had that
We want
cookie.
money.
I had that cookie.
You ate the last cookie.
I did. The last cookie.
Chocolate chip cookie.
Uh-huh. They're really good.
My
We switched cookie brands,
Uh-huh.
and they're much better, and I'm happier. But the result is I eat them like 3 times faster. See, like, all right. This is life advice. Pro tip from Paul, right? When you buy snacks for yourself, don't buy the snacks that you really, really like. Buy the snacks that you they're okay. Like, sure, I'll eat 2, but, I'm not really the biggest fan of these. Because then you eat them, and you're okay. You can have 2, and you're like, okay, that was fine, right? Like, I love Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Like, it's deadly, right? So do I buy Reese's? Are there any Reese's Peanut Butter Cups in my apartment? No. What do you find in my apartment? Like, basic Hershey's chocolate bars and, crackle and, kind of like assorted mini candies. Because they're good. I like them. So after I eat dinner, I have my dessert of 3 or 4 little pieces of chocolate, and then I'm like, okay, that's enough. If there were Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, this is more product placement. We should be charging for this. But if there were Reese's Peanut Butter Cups or generic brand peanut butter cups in my, like, a pack of 10 would last a day, and then I'd just be fat.
Well, what about those kind of chocolatey cookies with the white stuff in between?
Yeah, so I treat myself.
Cognizant
Uh-huh.
of the product.
I treat myself to those with milk like once a year, but they disappear way faster than they should, and that's why it's like a treat. I mean, that's like a special yearly. Like, all right, man.
Is in a whole package in a day.
I do a package of them, maybe 3 days max, is how long they last. I mean, and that's a lot of restraint for me.
I remember when your sister
And you
sent
put
a birthday present.
You put a chocolate cookie with cream on top of a peanut butter cup, and I've just died. Like, that's it.
Died and gone
Yeah.
to heaven?
But so my point is, the life pro tip is the snacks that you buy should not be the snacks that you really, really like. They should be the snacks that are just kind of Because then you eat 2 or 3, and you're like, that was a nice little dessert, and then you go on your way. And you're not fat, and you're fulfilled, and you're happy, and you have a good life, and you have 2.5 children, and a $300,000 house that you can't afford, and 3.5 cars.
And a BMW that you can't afford.
Yeah, right, and you live the American dream.
Yeah, which you can't afford.
Right, I mean, that is the American dream. Anyway, life advice from Paul.
This is an RC car video.
Right, yep. Well, we have RC cars sitting here, so
We
see that flex body? That's special.
Yeah, that is special.
Uh-huh.
That body is a veteran of the 3-hour race, isn't it?
No. But I have been running it for a long time. It's in surprising. Yeah, Guppy painted it. Mike Enberg.
Yeah.
And what's really cool, and I love it when painters do this, but this X Factory here on the side is painted in. That's not a decal. The front is a decal. I can catch my finger on it. But this side, the big X Factory, is painted in. So he did a really good job with that.
Yes, he did.
Anyway, get on.
Yeah, get on.
I'm not left-handed.
You're not handed at all.
I'll show you handed.
Yeah, I will.
My right cross.
Uh-huh.
That'll show you handed. Anyway, what are we talking about?
Well, we've shot a lot here. I think we can talk about maybe what's on your computer screen.
What's on my computer screen?
Move the product.
Well, so
You have to move the product.
Um,
Right, and so
This-
I can show the computer. Maybe I can do it like
as I mentioned before, this
wrong way.
is our SCX60CF, right? And particularly, this truck is chassis number 6. You can zoom in there by the motor, right?
I can.
Chassis number 6.
Yeah, tilt it back toward you a little bit.
Like that?
Because I'm out of light is what I am.
Sure.
But
Anyway,
there it is.
this is our short course that we've been running for, how long? Is it 3 years old?
2.5?
At least. And it is time for a new one. This is the oldest of our CF cars. You know, we did this, then we did the X60 CF Stadium truck, and then, of course, the X6 Cubed last year. And it's also time for new outdrives and CVDs in this thing. But we are working officially, I guess this would kind of be the official like development announcement. We are working on a replacement stadium truck.
And short course.
A replacement short course. Stadium truck may or may not come later. We'll see what happens with the class, frankly. A lot's going to depend, I think, for that class on whether Associated releases the T5, right? Because it's kind of like stadium truck's been coming back a little bit, but it's still not everywhere, and it's still not what it used to be. Anyway, long story short, we're working on a new short course. We're taking a lot of what we've learned in the last 2-3 years about flex and adjustments and distributing flex nicely, and we're going to put it into the new short course.
So it's going to be a flexible flyer.
No, not flexible. It's going to be a adjustable flyer in the, you know, and more. So something we learned with the short course. This is a 4mm carbon fiber chassis, which we originally tested a 3mm chassis on the truck, and we broke them, and we're like, all right, it's got to be 4mm. But since then, with the truck, with our stadium truck and our cubed, we've learned to distribute the flex a little bit more through the chassis, and allow, like, with this 4mm truck, the flex point is pretty much all underneath the motor, almost exactly. So up here doesn't flex, back here doesn't flex. There's just one flex point, and so that's where when we ran a 3mm chassis on the truck, that's where it would break. With some analysis and with some experience and running on the track, we've been able to design a chassis that is a lot more consistent. Right, so the problem with having one flex point is it's very. I'm trying to think of the adjective. Help me out here.
Monoflexing.
Kind of, yeah, like it's all on that one point.
Yeah.
You know, there's only one pivot point in the chassis. There's only one point. So the spring elements inside the chassis, you know, it snaps back really hard. That's why I'm running this damper. What do you say? It's not nice and controlled. It's not easy. Whereas with, like, for instance, the cubed, which has the kind of...
Point out the shock absorber again, the damper. I got it zoomed in.
The damper. A lot of people have seen that and asked me about it, and so to prevent questions in the comments on the YouTube video and questions on our Facebook page, I will tell people that that's full of 10,000 weight diff oil. It's a buggy. It's an old small bore buggy front shock using the DDP transmission brace mount that I've spaced up, and it's full of 10,000 weight diff oil from an 8 scale, and the smallest piston that they had, you know, smallest holes. And if you really get close, you can kind of see. I mean, it does move. If I set down the microphone here, you can see it absorb. You know, that damping motion is going to absorb that flex point and help smooth it out. And if you compare that to our cube, you know, with the kind of spidery top deck arms and the thin look to it, the flex is A, more adjustable, and B, more spread out through the car. I hope that makes sense. Do I need to expand upon that some more? So anyway,
now on your short course, you have like eliminated the back top deck bolts.
Yeah, well, I mean, since about 6 months, a year after I started running the truck, I just took these top deck bolts out, and I pretty much haven't run them since, because I found that with them, it was just too locked down.
Mm-hmm.
These are blue pressure points. I was wondering what compound they were. They're voodoo. Anyway, so the new short course is really an evolution, taking in what we've learned and what we've experienced. It will be more adjustable. Something that a lot of people have asked for and we're going to be able to deliver is to mount a stick pack down the center of the truck, while it will also handle saddles and shorty packs. So it'll be extremely flexible. It's going to make use of the Roar has kind of reevaluated their interpretation of the rule about batteries and what has to fit for a chassis to be Roar legal. And so the new truck will take advantage of the flexibility allowed by that rule, in that, you know, you can put a shorty pack across the back like you can on our cubed. What do you say? And then mount your electronics like right in front of the shorty pack and have a large rear weight bias if you're running on a slippery track or a really loose outdoor surface. And then if you're running somewhere like Cactus or you know, high bite indoors, Reedy Race, not that Reedy Race runs short course, but you know, OCRC or the Ohio RC Factory, you can run a saddle pack or even a stick pack down the center and really get the weight bias back forward, get steering in the truck, you know, and let the tires develop the traction that you want. So it'll be a nice flexible system. It'll fit any battery.
So which battery you use has to do with performance of the vehicle and handling, not whether you have a stick or a saddle. That is, in certain situations you want a stick, and in certain situations
I'd say,
you want one of the other packs.
Yeah, I mean, especially with all the mid-motor two wheels on the market, you know, I think we're really seeing that where, you know, and look at the four-wheel drive buggy development, where it's really a performance difference whether I want to run a lighter car with more rear weight bias, you know, in the four wheels where they're putting the shorty packs on the right side and the motors on the back left, versus saddle packs, you know, with the motor up front, which is just a heavier platform. You know, in two-wheel drives, we're seeing the brick pack versus the versus saddle, you know, or well, brick or saddles versus the shorty pack, like in our cubed. You know, where it really is, people are choosing what battery to run based on what performance they want out of the vehicle, not limited. You know, the vehicles aren't limiting you. Oh, you have to have, you know.
So part of the 61 development is flex, and another part of it is battery choice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Pay attention. We'll have some more pictures and I'm sure development and stories and all kinds of stuff coming up for that. And we're pretty excited.
Okay. Say goodbye, Paul.